நீங்கள் நோட்டிஃபை பண்ணுவீங்களா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண சொல்லி?
ஆமாம் ப்ரோ சொல்லுங்கள். நான் சொல்லிட்டு உங்களுக்கு நான் மியூட் போட்டுருவேன் ப்ரோ.
ஓகே ப்ரோ, சொல்லுங்கள். ஓகே.
ப்ரோ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
ஓகே ப்ரோ. So we are live now. Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, based on the various locations you have joined. And I hope you all are enjoying your Saturday. Today we will discuss more on artificial intelligence. Before that, I would like to say a big thank to our host Vignesh Mani for giving me an opportunity. Okay. So my name is Sundram. I am currently working as a software developer. My main stream of working is on Microsoft technologies, and as an interest, I have started to explore in many other technologies like AI, ML, IoT, Blazor, and many other steps. So, uh, not only I am a public speaker, I used to write some tech blogs in my own blog site, which is learnwithsundar.com. So feel free to check my site. And I am one of the organizers of Talkify community. We organize many tech events every month in both person and virtual. This is my handle, so feel free to reach me at any time. That's it. This is a very small introduction about me. So before getting into the session, let's have a quick look on our agenda. These are the major topics we will discuss for today. So first we will discuss about what is artificial intelligence, then how AI is really important in our, or we can say how AI impacts everyday life of us, how AI works, and AI in our today's world. So these are the four major topics we will be discussing for today. So what is artificial intelligence? So let's split these two into two words, artificial and intelligence. So let's have a look into artificial. Artificial is an object which is made or developed by human beings rather than occurring naturally, especially as a copy of something. So which is man-made products. That's what we say as an artificial. And intelligence. Intelligence can be defined as the ability of thinking, recognizing, understanding, learning, and problem solving. So now you came to know about what these two synonyms are, right? So now we can tell that any machine which is developed by human with the ability of thinking, understanding, and problem solving is known as artificial intelligence. Or in other terms, the machine which has ability to think, recognize is also known as artificial intelligence, isn't it? Okay. So we think that AI is the new term, isn't it? But it is not so. AI has started very long ago. So how it started? It started with a simple quote like "Can machine think?" by Alan Turing in 1950. So he proposed a question that can machines think? Since that question made, many computer scientists started to work on AI, and now it appears that the answer is moving towards yes. Okay, so what actually is AI? So software that can be designed to do things that only humans used to able to do. Okay. So generally, what are the tasks which are humans are able to do that machines can also able to do? That is what AI is. So the next question comes in our mind is, do we need AI or what AI can do? AI can now automate the everyday task, process and analyze huge amount of data that helps management decision and put the most efficient teams together, and customers to resolve their service issues, create algorithms to forecast with growth, help doctors to diagnose patient, and much more. So these are the things that AI can do. So it's simply automating the task. We don't want to do it in a regular time. That means human don't want to do it in a regular way. Okay. So encrypting next, let's look into the benefits of AI. So I have differentiated AI benefits into four. Okay. So these four are the major benefits of using AI. Okay, the first one is huge productivity. So what does the huge productivity benefit means? Imagine the world where you do not have to perform menial tasks because a computer could do it. Things like managing referrals, updating information, coordinating schedules, and leaving you free to focus on big strategy. Some studies shows that AI can increase your workplace productivity by 300%, which could be a huge impact on your business. The second benefit is decision making. So AI can help with decision making because machines are not clouded by emotions. AI can do things like predict financial trends, pull analyze for rolling out a new product, and solve customer service related issues, all much more quickly and a fraction of cost having humans can do it. So with a that means in simple terms, machines can make a decision much accurate than humans. And the third is personalization. So let's take some example. So some companies have hired someone only to find out the few months down the road they have not good fit for the company, isn't it? So if we can employ AI, so AI can find out success factors and screen job applications to the highlight people who are the most uh, performing well, those who are performing very well. In simple terms, it will analyze the performance of uh, each employees in your organization, like this we can say. So AI can also help organizations to better understand their employees, what they care about and value, in order to deliver more personalized experiences. So that's what the personalization benefit is. And increase accuracy. The fourth one is increased accuracy, isn't it? So humans naturally make errors in their life. No matter how carefully we check our data, still we make some little bit or fraction of errors. However, if we implement AI, it will it has potential to be virtually error free. So that, as I said before, machines will not make that much of errors. So we will get a accurate results. Okay. Now let's look into AI in our everyday life or our daily life. We are using AI somehow in our daily life in various aspects. We may know or without knowingly we are using some AIs. That is the truth. So we all have smartphones. Some of them may be using face recognition or face ID to unlock, isn't it? It uses machine vision to scan your face and machine learning algorithms to make your face and give access to your phone. So there we are using AI. And then you enter into your social media. You are opening your Facebook and you could see some of information you see is based on your previous search. And in security aspect in Facebook, it will filter the fake newses. And also Facebook is implementing machine learning algorithms to find the cyberbullying so that we cannot see the post or comments. Okay, now let's open our Gmail. So when we compose, it will automatically suggest the sentence or spell check the word. How it happens? It also because of AI. The AI which we are using here is natural language processing. Thus, it will suggest us or spell check our words that we are composing. And the important thing in Gmail is spam filters. It's driven by AI. They monitor the traffic that's happening, and based on that, it will filter the emails to spam. And when we are using Google Map, it will monitor the live traffic and compare the previous traffic conditions and then recommend as the best route to drive. So while we are driving, you could see that every red lines. That means these areas are dead traffic. How AI predicts that? It compares with the previous traffic data and then says last week or last data says this area is not much traffic, and now it says these are we have this much of traffic. So if you can take this alternate way to reach your destinations. Likewise, Google Map suggests us, yeah, suggestions are done. So it is also done by the AI. And the very important AI is in banking. While in an online transaction on a banking site, in background, AI runs and will take a lot of informations like where you are, what you normally purchases, and then AI make a decision that the transaction is valid or do we need to decline. Sometimes you may get a notification that you have made a transaction from this account. So if this is not by you, just make a call. So normally we get those messages is based on AI. And if you take Amazon while shopping, based on our previous search and also based on what others purchase, we get recommendations, right? You can see uh, today we have recommending the products for you. So these are done based on your Google search or Facebook search or any other search, or else the others who purchase the product, others those who purchase the products. Okay, and if you want to watch a movie in Netflix, so Netflix recommends some movies. How it recommends some movies for us? It's based on your past viewing history. So if you watch some say dark series, and after completing those series, it will suggest some other series based on sci-fi because the AI works. It has a history that you have watched a uh, sci-fi based series, so it will start recommending sci-fi series or sci-fi movies to us. And nowadays we all have some smart home devices such like Google Home, Apple Home, or Echo Dot, right? So we can set alarm using voice commands in Echo Dot. So you can say, Alexa, set alarm for 5 o'clock. It will automatically set an alarm for us. And also we can control our home devices like TV, lights, fridge, ACs by using Echo Dot. How does it work? It's all because of AI. So these are some of the AI which we are using in our day-to-day life, right? Okay, much interesting. These are very simple things. Okay, so now let's look into little bit bigger terms. How AI works. The curious question comes in our mind is how does an AI work? So before looking into that, let us have a look at how does a human brain works. Okay, for every activity, a neural network circuit gets generated inside the mind, like shown in the image. It means that our mind works on pattern matching. Say for an example, we follow some patterns like how to walk, how to drive a vehicle, how to sit, how to run, how to sing, like this. For everything, we have our natural patterns. isn't it? So for every pattern, there some circuit has been created, and according to that circuit, we complete our activity. Suppose if we want to sit down, then at the moment only one pattern will be active in our mind, that we are looking for a chair or else other object which is suitable for us to sit. This is how human patterns work. Now, likewise, AI works on pattern. AI works on pattern matching and the identification of input, just like the human brain. Let's have a look at image. Okay, so we have a pattern that predicts the given input is a car or not a car, isn't it? So the classification is the pattern. There we write some code to identify whether the given input is a car or a not. So when you give input as a car, this pattern particularly works only to distinguish or to recognize it is a car or not a car. And when you feed the image of a cat, it will say it is not a car. Now let's look into broad terms. Okay, I hope you all got some bit idea how does AI works. This is very basic. Now let's get into bigger terms. What is pattern, right? So we all may have heard of AI technologies like cutting edge technologies like natural language processing, deep learning, machine learning. Likewise, we all have heard about it, right? So, so what does they really mean? So, understanding AI is the key of facilitating the decision about the real world application of this technology. Okay, let's look into the bottoms of these technologies. So, what is machine learning? So, I will let you know what learning from experiences is. Okay, in simple terms, we can say that machine learning is like learning from experiences. So, machine learning or ML is an application of AI that provides computer system with the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. So you don't want to program every time. That's what ML is. So ML focuses on the development of algorithms that can analyze the data and make predictions. Beyond being used to predict what Netflix movie may suggest, like as I said earlier, it predicts from the data and it will make some decision or else it will suggest something to us. So in a very simple term, machine learning is like learning from experience. So it all works based on our previous data. So some of the machine learning examples are the best route for you from Uber. Machine learning is being applied to the healthcare, pharma, or life sciences industries to diagnose the disease. Okay, these are some of the small examples of ML and deep learning. The next thing is creating patterns is we can use deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning that employs artificial neural networks that learn by processing data. Artificial neural network mimics the biological neural networks in the human brain, as we saw in the previous example. In order to sit, our human brain will find some suitable object where we can sit. Likewise, machines also make some patterns by using deep learning. Okay, multiple layers of artificial neural networks work together to determine a single output from many inputs. So, say for example, like figuring out um, cause in our previous example. So in a very simple term, deep learning is self-educating machines. So it automatically learns. And neural networks. Okay. The next term is neural network. Neural networks enable deep learning. As mentioned earlier, neural networks are computer system model after neural connections in the human brain. The artificial equivalent of a human neuron is known as perception. Perceptor. Okay, so just like bundles of neurons create in our human brain, likewise, the same stack can be applied in artificial neural networks in computer system. Neural networks learn by processing by trained examples. The best example came in the large form of data sets, say a set of 1,000 car photos. So when you feed 1,000 car photos, by processing the many images, the machine is able to produce a single output to answering the question: is this image is a car or not a car? So using natural network, which means deep learning only, it the machine predicts whether the given input is a car or not a car. I hope so far it's going good. And next thing is cognitive computing. Okay. Cognitive computing is another essential component of AI. The purpose is to imitate and improve the interaction between humans and machine. Cognitive computing seeks to recreate the human thought process in a computer model. In this case, by understanding human language and the meaning of images. Together, cognitive computing and artificial drives to endow machines with human-like behavior and information process abilities. The next term is natural language processing. In simple terms, we can say as NLP. Okay, so NLP allows computers to interpret, recognize, and produce human language and speech. The ultimate goal is to enable seamless interactions with the machines we use every day by teaching systems to understand human language in the context and produce logical response. So, very simple example is Google Translator. We give some voice commands in English, and it will translate to us in German language. So, how does it done? It is done through NLP, that is natural language processing. So NLP patterns are mainly used to understand the language. And next pattern is computer vision. As I said before, the face ID or face recognition. How does it work? It works based on the computer vision. So computer vision is a technique that implements deep learning and pattern identification to interpret the content of an image, including the graph, tables, pictures within the PDF documents, and many others. Computer vision is an integral field of AI, so enabling computers to identify, process, and interpret visual data. Applications of this technology have already begun to revolutionize industries like research and development and in healthcare. So in these fields, we are using computer visions. Very few example or very specific example is diagnosing a patient's report. So we say example X-ray scans. So it will scan or else it will read the data in the X-ray and predicts what the report says. Likewise, it gives the result. So for that we are using computer vision. So these are the major technologies we are using in AI. Okay, now let's get into our real world AI implementations. So far I gave is just a brief introduction. So it is very difficult for many of us to understand what these technologies are meant, what these cutting edge technologies means. So let's get into our real world examples. Okay, so let's take the examples one by one. I picked the examples randomly. Okay, so AI is being a drastic change in technology field where it can be implemented to automate the system for many efficient and performance systems for that means to perform the system efficient and accurately. So that's why we need AI, right? As I said earlier. So AI is now getting used in multiple fields, uh, say from mobile to diagnose patient's result. So for this, we are using AI. Okay, from a small device like a small device like mobile phone to diagnose a disease, we are using AI. Why? To get high performance and accurate, right? For that only we are using AI. Okay, these are the very few examples where AI is really implemented. Okay, so now let's take virtual assistants or chatbots. Uh, we are much familiar, many of us, or you say many of us are much familiar with what chatbot is or other virtual assistants is, right? Say example, Alexa, Siri, and Google are the major examples of virtual assistant services, while automated bots answering the questions of customers are the best examples of AI chatbots, isn't it? So in our mobile phone, there are two smartphones in our market. One is iPhone and another one is Google's Android, right? So we have Google Assistants. We can ask anything to Google Assistants through our voice commands. It will assist us, isn't it? And in Siri, it's in from iPhone, so it's a voice command. You can ask whatever you want, and it will reply based on that. So if you get into some Facebook pages, if you send some text, you get instant message from them. Do you think they are in online? No, it's all about chatbots. So chatbots will respond to us. So how chatbots works? It's purely based on AI. And next example is agriculture and farming. In agriculture sector, autonomous tractors and drone monitoring are used to enhance the productivity and crop field of farmlands. Robots and automated machines are also used in these fields to monitor the health condition of crop and harvesting. Say, as shown in the image, so a farmer can fly a drone and it will study the let's say the crop fields in the farmland and it will send data. So by using drones, we can also uh, do some uh, we can study something like health conditions of crop and when to harvest, is it ready to harvest or not yet ready to harvest, or which are the fields we need to harvest, like this we can use. So how does it works? It also works based on AI. So this is also already implemented in our market. And next example is like self-driving car. Okay. Hmm. Okay. What you all may hear about pilot pilot driving, right? Say for example, uh, Tesla car. How does it works? it has self-driving sense, right? So self-driving cars are the other examples fully integrated into such a system to make machine work automatically while understanding the nearby surroundings and real life scenarios of the environment. Say if you want to overtake a car, it will automatically uh, learn what is the distance between our car and the car which we want to overtake, and it will study surroundings like do we have any other cars nearby or anyone is crossing the road, what is the speed we need to accelerate to overtake the car likewise. So our AI will predicts all those things and give us, or else it will uh, overtake the car. So thus the self-driving cars are used. The main thing is driver doesn't want to drive. He can sit relax and our car will drive automatically. And the next field is security surveillance. So AI-based face recognition and biometric system help to keep track of human beings and provide them a safe zone to live. Security surveillance cameras and other equipments are widely used to keep the city and the habit safe. In many foreign countries, they have implemented security, I mean CCTV cameras. So it will automatically monitor everything uh, through the camera. Okay. And if you take automated warehousing and supply chain management, it's a bit boring uh, uh, topic, but it's okay. I will let you know how supply chain management works in automated. It reducing the manpower and helping storage companies to manage the huge amount of stock or inventory with proper management and supply system. This system is also helping e-commerce sectors to operate with better efficiency and improve its operatings operations. Like so, uh, I don't want to go through all the examples. The very good examples I am just suggesting here. So let's take about healthcare sectors. So in healthcare sectors, AI is playing a vital role in empowering the machines to diagnose, analyze, and predict the various types of diseases, monitor the patient's health condition, and help scientists to explore the new drug discoveries and medicine development, helping people to get well soon and avoid health problems in their life. So here also we are using AI. And in let's take another example like manufacturing and productions. So AI is getting into all fields, right? So there is too much scope to penetrate new fields and industries to improve their efficiency and productivity. So companies can use AI to improve their efficiency and also scale up their productivity. And it depends upon the ability of training the data of related fields to train the algorithms and develop the right AI model that can work for us. So if you are running, say for example, if you are running car manufacturer industry, okay, so you need to feed your AI related to your industries. So how your opponent or competitor cars are selling, how they are manufacturing their cars, what are the plus sides of their cars, what are the plus sides of our cars. Likewise, we need to feed the data. So based on that data, the AI works. So many companies are using AI in their productivity. Uh, the very good example that we can relate very simple in simple term is like is retail shopping and fashion. So AI and ML in Retail is also providing an automated solution to monitor the customer's activities while shopping and visualize their sentiments to know what kind of products they prefer to buy and what they ignore. I'm not sure whether I have, yeah, okay, fine. I have not included that screenshots. So say for example, in a retail shop, if you are going to buy a dress, what we can see is a salesperson comes to us and he will assist us, right? If we in abroad, many retail shops are using robots, so it will come near to us and it will uh, diagnose or it will study our face reactions based on the dresses what we take. If you take a good looking dress, in the sense A will recognize, okay, this person has liked this dress. And if you take another kind of dress, it will says, okay, these kind of dress are not liked by many of the people. So likewise, in retail shops, we already have AIs. So AI can also track footfalls in a retail shop or record the shopping experience of the customers, as I said. So how he feel, experience of the customers, then option to get feedback. It's a very good example, right? We will get without asking them how that dress looks like or how this product looks like. We don't want to get or we don't want to ask them. Based on their face reaction itself, our AI will decide, okay, the person's like the products or doesn't like the products. Okay, and yeah, we should prescription-based AI models also help store owners to keep the record of the inventory in their store and also categorize items in store, helping store owners to manage their inventory. Say, for example, uh, if you get into a supermarket and you can say for example there is a brand cookies. Okay, you kept 10 cookies in the stock there. If customers had took that, it will automatically suggest the owner that two persons have taken the biscuits from the rack or the row, so remaining is 8. So instantly uh, store owners or the sales department will get to know that, okay, two of the cookies are taken by the people, so remaining we have only 8. So AI in inventory management is possible with automated robots and other machines to place and dispatch the products from warehouse to storehouse automatically. That means if your stock is over, some labor or some assistant in a retail shop will come and pick the items from the godown and keep it in the rack. So this kind of task we can use robots. So in many stores they are using some robots to dispatch the items from warehouse to their shop or from here to there. Likewise, shipping the or moving items from one location to another within the shop, they are using robots. Similarly, just like a retail uh, fashion store, AI is playing a game changer role in online shopping and e-commerce business. While browsing or searching the fashion items on the e-commerce site, AI recommends the other similar items as per your color preference, budget, and other abilities. Okay, I hope you all have shopped in online, right? We all purchase some fashion items. Say, for example, if you search for black shirt in black shirt with size in Google, Next time when you open your Amazon site or Flipkart or any other online site, it will automatically suggest you a black color based dress. It can be a t-shirt, it can be a shirt, full sleeve or half sleeve. We never gave such details to it. But how does it work? In background, we have an AI and it will collect all the data from us, and based on that, it will start suggesting us the products. So I hope these examples you all have may have familiar with. And let's take the next example as analytics, the one which is very interesting for us. So when we play cricket, we can get the commentaries and we can also see some dashboard says, okay, if the run rate is uh, this number, and in at this over we will get a point of winning chance. So in cricket, we say, for example, I said cricket, so we always get a dashboard, strategies, everything and all. How does it work? It's also based on AI. So AI in sports training is being used to provide real-time feedback and build personalized training programs for players to improve efficiency of theirs. Uh, say some applications are there. Uh, I don't want to mention those application names. Some health trackers are there. If you use that applications in your mobile phone, it will automatically collect your health data, and it will say, okay, today you have walked 1,000 steps, and if you are and you have lost this much of calories, and if you continue this uh, for next 20 days, then and this much of calories will be reduced and your health will be improved. So likewise, players can also using some applications to track their playing performance. So why they want to use that? Just to know how they are playing and how they want to improve it. So they will get a future. Uh, I mean, not in future. They will get an report. So how much effort or how much hard work they want for- to work for to obtain that obtain that result. So that's it. So the So thus we are using some sports analytics in AI. So these are very small and very much useful examples I have shared. So I think we came to an end. So as we discussed, AI is describing a set of different technologies. Each of these technologies requires a detailed explanation. So uh, it's a very broad term simply. Staying up to date and understanding the difference between these technologies is very difficult task for us. But one thing is clear, that AI is a big part of the future. So get ready for to work or to live with AI. So that's it from me. And if you have any queries, you can reach me to this Twitter handle. And thanks everyone for your valuable time. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please do ask me in the comment. I try to explain, or else you can reach to my Twitter handle.